I often sit here and think to myself, why do people like Treyarch so much? For me personally, I am always rooting for Infinity Ward. It seems like over the past few years, they have been the underdogs, or not even the underdogs. I feel like they're just so more been hated because they haven't really been doing things that the community really wants to see. But I mean, at the same time, they do stuff that I don't mind. But hey, I mean, every company, does disappoint every once in a while, I guess. And so I always go around asking people, yo, why do you like Treyarch so much? And one thing that I have to give Treyarch, and I think from my perspective of how I see it, is that they always just deliver shit that people want all the time. Now, granted, all these other companies like Sledgehammer and Infinity Ward are starting to do the same thing, but I feel like Treyarch has been doing it to a lot of people first for a while. For example, Black Ops 2, I think, don't quote me on it, but I believe Black Ops 2 was one of the first calls to actually release more content after its main life cycle, and then, other calls started doing it afterwards. But in my opinion, it wasn't really so that the other cards really needed to release more content. I mean, yeah, more content would have been nice, but it's like, at the same time, although Treyarch did it, in my eyes, I feel like Treyarch needed to do it in order to keep their game alive. But for a lot of people, it's just that, I don't know, I guess people just love their game so much they really don't need to do it to keep their game alive, but they do it anyway to support the hardcore fans that have been supporting them since day one. And every time I ask people who are Treyarch fans, why do you guys like Treyarch so much? They often just come with well, they just make good games. I just love everything about their games, and that's totally understandable. But I do have to commend the Treyarch because they do constantly update their games. Like, for example, one of the main topics or one of the main reasons why I brought up this topic is because there are rumors that Treyarch is going to be making a DLC 6 for Black Ops 3. Now, me personally, I don't really think that will be the case because Black Ops 4 will be out in maybe like 5 months or so, 4 months or so, anywhere between I don't know the exact the few months, it'll be out very shortly, so in October. So the fact that they're releasing a DLC for their previous game is kind of hard to believe, but people have been saying that they're not done with Black Ops 3. So, I mean, at the same time, it's hard to believe for me, but I wouldn't be surprised either. One thing that Treyarch has always done good, in my opinion, is that they always release good camos and stuff like that. I talked about it in the past. Actually, there's two things. Not only do they release the dope looking camos, but they also make some of their maps like a good color. For example, I want to bring up Splash from Black Ops 3. I never bought the DLC. I didn't play the game that much, but I remember they had the DLC for free that you could play for a weekend, or a week or a weekend or some shit like that a few years ago. And I remember I played it, and I just like the way that Splash looked to my eyes. Splash was just, I don't know, it was eye-pleasing in my opinion. Those are two things that I have to give to Treyarch and commend. Now, it's not that other developers like Sledgehammer and Infinity Ward don't do that, but when it comes to that specifically, I got to give Treyarch a commend for that because they do their thing. And I can understand why people do like Treyarch. Although I'm not the biggest Treyarch fan, and I've been disappointed ever since the release of Black Ops 2 because, I don't know, it's two games of theirs I haven't really liked. So it's my hopes aren't really high for them, but at the same time, I can see why people do, enjoy them. And keep in mind, this is just my opinion. I'm just expressing myself a little bit. I mean, that's what I do on a lot of these YouTube videos. It's just interesting to see this kind of stuff because I don't know, Treyarch, they do surprise me sometimes with some of the stuff they do, but at the same time, their gameplay and all that doesn't really touch me like that, which is why I don't tend to play their games like that. Besides, World at War every once in a blue moon, but more so Black Ops 1, which is the gameplay you guys see in the background right now. So at the end of the day, man, I have to commend Treyarch as well for keeping a community, so close to them. Yeah, you got people who hate sometime. I can't lie, I hate sometime, but I mean, I generally just don't, like a lot of their shit. But they keep a lot of the community interested. They keep a lot of the community buying their games. They keep a lot of the community on their side. So I have to give a commend to Treyarch for that shit because, They must be doing something right if the majority of the community says that Treyarch is the best developer. But yeah, that's all I pretty much wanted to talk about in this YouTube video today. So if you guys did enjoy today's YouTube video, please like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on twitter.com/Northern3 and twitch.tv/Northern3. If you guys want to see more YouTube videos like this, please leave down in the comment section below and let me know. I will happily bring them to you guys. I hope that you guys have a beautiful day, and YouTube, until next time. Came into this game, I was clueless on what to do, but through the ups and downs, I developed ways to find my own sound. Working around the clock with little breaks, man, it took its toll, but I was on a mission, something pushed me. I couldn't stop no more. When vision popped into my head, I had to go, I couldn't say no. The dreams were right in sight, they were close, I had to be persistent. Nothing was gonna stop me, I was a monster, this was all I